Money pure.
I like my money pure.
Okay, I like my money pure.
I said I like my money pure.
Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag is secure. Yeah, I like my money pure. I like my money pure. I like my money pure.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I hope that you guys are having an amazing week here. Welcome to another segment of our Dollars to Cents podcast. We are here live Tuesday through Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. On Tuesdays, we go over the business and mindset. Wednesdays is government contracting. And Thursdays is tools and systems to help take your small business to the next level. Today, we're going to be doing a government contracting Q&A session. So feel free, you have any questions that's pertaining to business and government contracting, today is the time to ask those questions, and I will go ahead and get those answered for you, as well as I do have some questions that people have asked me previously, and I just figured it would be a whole lot easier if I just make this video and answer those questions all at once, because I've gotten them multiple times. So tune in, share this video out to 3 other entrepreneurs and business owners that you know need to learn about government contracting that could possibly have some questions so they could get those answered here on live tonight. Also, don't forget to put down there in the chat, I am a millionaire. Remember, it all starts with you. If you don't believe that you can do this government contracting thing, if you don't believe that you can make millions of dollars in government contracting, well, guess what? You will not make millions of dollars in government contracting. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So make sure you believe it when you put it in there. And last but not least, take the opportunity to network. You never know who's tuning in, whether you're watching live or on replay. You don't know who's here. And that's what government contracting to me is all about. Utilizing your resources around you to make things happen, to solve problems, big problems too. Majority of you guys, whether you know it or not, I believe that your fear to government contracting comes because when you open that SAM.gov and you read those opportunities, they sound, the way they read, for those of you that do read it, the way that it reads, it sounds as if though it's too large for you to handle. And guys, I'm here to tell you it is too large for you to handle. It's not that it sounds like it's too large for you to handle. It's too large. But that's the beauty about this business. They don't want you to handle it. They want your business to handle it. And if you can understand that mindset, you'll realize there's nothing too large in this world for you to handle, because in business, especially in government business, it's actually a little easier in the private sector, but in government business, they allow you to partner. They allow you to phone a friend. They allow you to use strangers to work with. They allow you to use a community that you've been a part of. I know a lot of people, y'all are in real estate groups. You guys are in lawn care groups, facility management groups, nursing groups. I mean, I've seen all of the groups. Like, that's your network right there. So when you read that contract and it sounds so big and it sounds so scary, you just got to understand, yes, it's scary if you read it thinking, well, Travis Davis, I can't handle all of that. But when you read it and say, well, Malmar can handle that without a problem, I'm about to pick up the phone a friend, then you'll understand you can do government contracting. Now, if that still scares you, okay, you can go smaller. You can sell paper to the government and make yourself $5,000. You can sell iPhones to the government. They don't need the SIM cards anymore. But you can sell iPhones to the government, iPads to the government with screen protectors, and make yourself a couple $1,000s. If that's where you need to start to get your feet wet, perfectly fine. You don't have to go to the millions. Now, I just don't teach that. Because if I teach you how to make millions, naturally you'll learn how to make thousands. Because everything is the same. It's just majority people are scared when you talk these big numbers because, as I stated in the beginning, you can't envision yourself doing $1 million. And that is true. I can't envision you doing $1 million either. But I can damn sure see your company making $10 million. It's called employees, a workforce, a network. That's what it's all about. That's how you take yourself to the next level here. So again, guys, I'm going to be answering a few questions that I've seen popped up. But if you guys have questions about the government contracting experience, feel free to pop those in. I do want to remind you, there is no dumb question. Okay. The more you ask, the more you can learn and move faster. Or do you want to sit there all day and keep watching YouTube videos of people and try to figure it out on your own? Right? I don't know why people do things like that, right? You're too scared to ask the dumb question. Look, you should see me in meetings when I first got started in business. I know they was probably like, man, this fool is dumb. I don't care. I needed information. You told me that you were willing to answer. I need you to tell me the answer so I can move faster. But sitting in the background, sitting in the corner, scared, trembling, man, that don't help speed anything up. That's one of the arts to success. Ask what you don't know. Get the answer, and you move 10 times faster. Or try to read a textbook. I'm saying I ain't got time for that. But anyways, so some of the key questions that I got here in the beginning, Travis, where do I get started? All right. Well, look, guys, if you ask that question, I know you're not really ready yet. So I'm not just going to throw you into the fire. I would always advise you, start watching some of my YouTube videos. That's a great place to start. But I do want to take you guys over here to a site. I got to find it first. Yeah, I know I got too many. That ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it either. What about this one? I think this one's it. Okay. This is a good screen here. Now I just need to change this background. I think it's that one. All right. So here we go. If you're just getting started out, I would also advise you to use SB Money Flow. If you ain't got SB Money Flow yet, go ahead, get yourself signed up, get the Elevate plan. When you do get the Elevate plan, guys, we got something special in store for you. You're actually going to get access to my entire back office of information. So the minute that you get signed up for the Elevate plan, you can go on, log in here. Now, guys, I'll give you a heads up. Every time I log into my own system, I be forgetting that I didn't program anything for myself. So that's not going to quite work out, huh? So anyways, once you log into the system, you would click right up here in these dots, go to courses, and I actually have an entire GovCon Cheat Codes University back office that will teach you everything that you need to know about government contracting. And I really don't think that we've missed anything, but if we did miss something, hey, just shoot a message in our chat and I'll go ahead and answer that for you if need be. But all of this information that you have here is an information overload. So what I do is I advise people, just worry about this section up here. Get started. That's all you need to worry about. All of the other stuff is going to be hurdles that you may get approached with along the journey. Everybody doesn't have the same journey, so everybody doesn't hit the same hurdles. But at some point during your journey, there may be a hurdle that approaches you, and chances are I got a video on it because I've already went through the hurdle. And all you got to do is come back here, watch the video, and I'm telling you guys, 9 times out of 10, whatever it is, you can quickly find the information so you can proceed forward. And down here is one of my favorite sections, the masterclass. Again, we started as we're listening to you guys more and more about things that you need to be updated on. If enough people talk about it, then I'll make a video on it and put it back here in our back office. But you can see all of the different topics that we have here. All right. So you can go to sbmoneyflow.com, get the Elevate plan. You'll have access to that back office and an amazing tool that's going to take your government contracting game to the next level. But to get started, if you're asking Travis, where do I get started? You don't have the money to make the investment. Well, the first place that I want you to go to is sba.gov. And I believe that everybody should honestly be here, whether you're getting started out or not. If you haven't visited sba.gov, you're just cheating yourself. This has already been paid for by our tax-paying money. That's what this whole office is about. It's the Small Business Administration. They're going to be a voice to fight for you 10 times harder than anybody else can. I can't do what they can do. They're on the other side of government, but they're your voice. Now, mind you, they're all small businesses' voice. So just because you showed up one day and sent one email, that doesn't get you on the radar of anything. But instead, because we're talking about federal contracting, I want you to pay attention to a tab specifically. But all of these tabs are important when it comes to government contracting, period. But the first thing I want you to go to is local assistance. Okay, local assistance right here. I want you to look for your local assistance where we have a score. I was looking, I don't see their PTAC. Well, they don't call it PTAC anymore. They call it Apex. But they're usually located at universities. So you can see that there. But your score mentor for free. Your small business development centers, they're for free. You know, if you're getting into trade or anything of that nature. For all of my veterans, I highly advise you guys. I don't care if you do think that you know everything. You still go talk to them. But if you're a veteran and you ain't been talking to your small business department of the Veteran Affairs, like you're doing nothing but cheating yourself, right? Like it's just some things that I can't even answer because I'm not a vet, right? I can take you to the water, but I can't drink I literally can't drink the water because I'm not a vet. So I can't get but so far. You can get yourself far. Again, these are people on the other end. So don't think that because you showed up today that these people are happy and willing to help you do anything. You could find one like that, but the odds are you're going to be sitting in front of people and they may have had a bad day. Or they may have gotten 4,000 calls this week and you're 4,001 and you just irritated them today. They don't know your name. They don't know your parents' name. Don't take anything personal. Okay. Instead, let's get back to business and say, okay, well, I'll be back here tomorrow. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you, but we need to find some of this free assistance that's local. Now, I do want to make a disclaimer. Just because these are created, I want to remind you guys, these are jobs, okay? So some of these people are retired contractors that, you know, ran a contract company, so they may know quite a bit of information about it. Some of them are retirement government personnel that could have been contract officers or they could have just been on the government side. I advise you, you got to keep in mind and stuff like this because just because they work the government don't mean that they know how to run a multi-million-dollar government business. They know absolutely nothing about running a business. That's the reason why they was at work all their life. That's the reason why when they retired, instead of starting a company, they went back to work again. Because people just don't know how, you can't just wake up and understand how to run a multi-million-dollar business. So they're on the other side now teaching entrepreneurs how to be an entrepreneur to this customer called the government, and they've never done it before. I'm not trying to knock them. I'm just trying to tell you to be mindful of the information that you receive, right? So you can get an understanding of where it's coming from and why they are saying it. A lot of them are reading a script. The script says this is what you got to do to get started. And for majority of the time, this is what you got to do to get started, all right? So we're going to go in there. We're going to shake hands and kiss babies, all right? And we're going to build relationships with these small business agencies that are here to assist us for free too, right? They've already been paid for. The other thing that I want you guys to pay attention to right here is these upcoming events with the SBA. Again, a lot of you guys love going to conferences and stuff. Well, they got free conferences for you right here. You just come right here the next 30 days, find your field office, and you can search by meeting. And again, it'll show you the events that's going on. If it's paid, it'll say it right here. But it's tons and tons of free events that you guys can attend. But, I don't know. Look, I'd be confused when people be crying and complaining. You know what I'm saying? You listen to the people talk about what the government ain't providing for you if you want. You notice the people who cry and complain about what the government don't try to do nothing with the government. It just baffles me. Like, do you think that the government's going to come sit down in your house and solve your problems for you? Like you just one individual that they ain't never seen before. You ain't donated more than $5, if that, to your local councilman. So, I mean, I don't know what people be asking for, but instead you can understand that the government has already provided tons of resources. It's just not located in your senator. It's not located with your mayor. It's not located with your local council person. You got to go do some hunting. I'm telling you, if you want to do anything in business, the entire SBA, there was an entire administration put together for this, a whole department, an entire agency. I said administration. The entire agency that the administration is over, they created this for you. And majority of the time, it's free. So you can stop coming to me, Travis, why you charging money? I'm charging money because the shit is free on the internet and you don't want to do it. You want to come over and take my time, so you got to pay for my time. I'm not the SBA. I'm not the government. I run a business. Part of running a business, I got to charge people for my time. Where did I learn how to do everything at? The same place that I'm showing you right here. Was it hard? Was it tough? Absolutely. Ain't nobody here to answer the questions. You know what I'm saying? You can read a lot, but again, I told you a lot of those individuals have never ran a business. So they can't answer those late nights, early mornings that you're going to have to go through. They could just tell you like, okay, this is what you should do in order to get yourself operating. But the actual steps that's going to get involved, you just got to go through the experience. The experience is going to teach you how to do everything else. So again, come right here, your local assistance, you'll get that information. Okay. The next place that I want you guys to go is come over here to federal contracting. A lot of people, I told you, when you ask me, like, is government contracting for me? Is there an opportunity for me? To me, you're not trying. The information is sitting right here under a tab titled Federal Contracting. It will take you through every step. You ask me, is your business capable of doing government contracting? Well, you can come right here and you can assess your own business. Now, again, I will remind you that this is a system. These are not entrepreneurs. These are not business owners. I say that because you may read information that scares you again. But you got to understand, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, you are a creator. Nobody can tell you how to create. You have the power to do so. The minute that you say, I want to do something, the sky's the limit. The only person that's going to lower your standards or what you could do is yourself. I say that because you may read through here, right? And it says, okay, well, it told me to do some market research. I love this right here. The repository of federal contracting data. All contracts over $25,000 is located on fpds.gov. So what is that telling me right now? Things under $25,000 ain't going to be posted right there. So when you guys ask me, where do I find those $5,000 contracts at and things like that? Well, it ain't on FPDS. They're telling us right now, it ain't sitting right there. And they're telling us the two sites where you can go do your own market research at. FPDS.gov, USAspending.gov. Those are the two sites. You can go look up and follow your money. Now, you notice when they say assess your business, they didn't tell you to go to sam.gov and get started in it. They told you to do market research first. But most people want to skip this step because they watched the YouTube video that told them they can make a lot of money in government contracting. And that's why you don't stick around for a long time. The other one, it says federal agencies procurement forecast. What does forecast mean? Well, let me break this down in its most simplest form. We all watch the Weather Channel and look for the weather forecast. They give you a 7-day forecast, what they predict the weather will be in the future, and they're usually wrong. Well, this customer ain't usually wrong. They usually know what they want to do in the future. So now when we talk government contracting, you can look at contracts that they're looking towards in the future. It's called the forecast. So now all of a sudden, during this time of the year, this fourth quarter, where a lot of galas is about to happen, you about to have a lot of holiday parties. The moral of the story, ain't nobody trying to work. As soon as Halloween hit, it's over for working, especially on the government side. Ain't nobody really trying to do too much of nothing. As well as it ain't going to be too much money available because we got elections, we got the budget that need to get signed. A lot of things are going to have to happen after those elections. We got to wait. So during this time, you should be shaking hands and kissing babies with contracts that are in the forecast for 2025. How else do you position yourself? Or do you just want to wait till they come out and, like my man Hans would say, be on Stressham Street and wonder why things ain't working out? They not working out because you ain't working them. Or you ain't working it right. So we're going to pay attention to the forecast so we can see what's out there that I could potentially go after in the future. Now, I will be mindful again. This ain't going to show you those small dollar contracts. We talking about millions of dollars on this forecast. We ain't talking about no $20,000 contracts, no $10,000, no $15,000, $30,000 contract. That ain't in the forecast. We talking millions of dollars is what's going to be showing up in that forecast. Now, you may, again, be scaring yourself as you're looking through this stuff, but remember, we're entrepreneurs and business owners, and with this customer, they allow us to work with people, okay? So when you read it, understand that this is in June 2025. Well, you got enough time to put together the team to make that project would look this big become this small, right? Literally become that small because you're going to put together the team for it. All right. Now, what makes a successful contractor? The government prefers to work with established. See, this is when things start to scare you guys, right? And this is why I'm talking about these videos here tonight. This is why I'm breaking down this information, because every time I talk to a lot of individuals, all I hear is fear. And fear is in all of us. I can't get rid of the fear. I remember playing football games. Every time I stepped on the field, like, you know how when the police is behind you and they turn the lights on and your stomach sink to the bottom, you, no matter if it was something simple or not, I don't know about y'all, but I get sick. I don't care who it is. Well, I used to have that during football games too, and I was one of the most dominant on the field. But every time I touched the field, like, fear came into me. I'm telling you that because fear don't go nowhere. So I'm letting you know I don't give a damn about your story of fear. Instead, you just got to go out there and hit somebody in the mouth. After that first play is over with, the fear goes away. This is the same exact thing. You submit that bid and the fear is going to go away. You realize, like, you can't hurt yourself. You're only going to make yourself better. So when you read this and it says the government prefers, well, again, we got to bring out the dictionary. Well, why would they put words like that together? See, a lot of people read this and they replace words. They take out prefer and they say the government wants to work with established. They didn't say want. They said they prefer. Well, I don't care what you prefer. This is what you get. I just got started in business. You know what I'm saying? What does established mean? Well, established in the business world means that you got an EIN number and, you know, I'm updated on my taxes. Outside of that, who are you to tell me what established looks like? Can't nobody tell you that. Again, you're creating these false narratives in your mind when you read this information. With the government, you really, really don't want to do that. You want to pay attention to the words to a T. Don't take it to heart. Just understand. And if you read a word, sometimes you may need to throw it in a dictionary and get a few understandings of it and say, okay, well, how can I fit that word? Well, okay, the government prefers to work with established, reliable businesses. That means that you can pay. You know what I'm saying? You can do the transactions. That's all they care about. Do you have a track record of delivering quality goods, services on time within budget? Is your reputation with your industry strong? Yes and yes. Like, what are they going to do? Where are they going to find this information out? Yes and yes is my answer. Not only can it take a long time to win your first government contract, but it can also take a significant amount of money, which is kind of true. It doesn't take anywhere near as much money as it did before. And when they say take money, it may take you money in getting tools. It's going to take you money in getting the planes and going to networking events outside of just what the SBA got. Because again, the SBA ain't the business. Like they're just like some assistants. You still got to go get in front of the customer, which ain't the government. It's all these agencies in the government. And there's a bunch of people out there under those agencies that got problems and money. You got to go find them. I don't know where they lie. This is where software comes into play. These are these networking events that you're going to have to pay for. So we're going to have to put some money aside for these type of things. And if you ain't got no money right now, it's okay. I ain't have no money when I got started either. You know what I did? I stopped taking my ass out. I stopped being in the streets all night. And then what do you know? I got money. Instead of me putting my money in liquor and food, I put my money in capability statements and printers and things of that nature that I could get a ROI on my money. I knew if I had a capability statement, I could go out into the streets and network. And the possibility of me landing a contract would increase because now I got the resources to do it. What resources? A capability statement and my voice. Those are the two things that I needed. I didn't even have a website together at the time. Because a website don't stop you from making money with this customer. Only in the public sector. I mean, the private sector, the people care about those websites. But we do want to have a website. I don't want to say anything like that. Not only can it take a long time. All right, some businesses spend between $80,000 and $130,000. That's a lie. If you are spending between $80,000 and $130,000 to get your first contract, you got some other problems going on. And you're probably paying those people on the internet that have convinced you that for some reason you need them to fill out paperwork or do whatever they be talking about, and they be charging that crazy money. It should not cost you anywhere near maybe $8,000, $8,000 to $13,000, not no damn $80,000 to $130,000. Also, it could take up to 2 years to start making a return on your investment. That's another lie. But again, I don't want to say it's a lie. It says it could. Okay. Well, I'm telling you right now, it won't. We can eliminate that. It could if you listen to them, read the script. You'll need to have enough cash flow to sustain your business. Maintaining a diverse list of private sector clients can help offset the potential and initial losses. So what they're trying to tell you is have a business is working with government and another side of your business is working with the private sector. Do you have to be that way? No. There's nothing in here that says, guys, if you don't see words like mandatory, mandated, like that ain't law then. It's just your opinion. I don't have to have it, right? Being an e-commerce savvy is very important in government contracting. For example, if you want to work with the Department of Defense, you must be able to invoice and receive payments electronically. If you cannot invoice and receive payments electronically, you cannot do a lot of work with the government. So what does that mean? I told y'all we're going to have money for systems. We got to have something that allows us to process these payments, allows us to create these invoices. They didn't tell you what system to use. I want to harp on that. They did not say this has to be the system. They just said we want something electronically to receive payments and process invoices. SB Money Flow can do all those for you, just FYI. All right, before we continue on, I see I got a couple questions in the chat. Don't forget, guys, make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button. Share this video out with 3 other entrepreneurs and business owners that you know need to learn a little bit more about government contracting. We're here live Tuesday through Thursday at 8:30 p.m. When you subscribe to the channel, you'll get alerted when we do go live so you do not miss out. This is a Q&A segment, so by all means, if you got any questions that come to your mind when it comes to business and government contracting, feel free to pop them in the chat. There is no dumb question except the one that you holding in. So make sure you put it in there, and I will be sure to answer it. Don't you ask me no questions after I get off this live because I have no choice but to charge you then. All right. I'm doing my pro bono work right here. All right. Questions. I received a notification that I have my EDWSB certification, but still haven't won any bids. Any suggestions? Yeah. Well, I'm glad you said that. It's also confusion with, not saying it's you, but it's confusion with a lot of people getting into government contracting. again, because of who they're listening to the information, when it comes to these certifications, you get really, really excited applying for the certifications. Then you get the certification, you're even more excited. But then you realize, like, so what's next? And that's because we still haven't learned government contracting yet. So you got to understand the certification is just a vehicle that allows you to do a strategy, right? So what I would advise you to do, you got to have something called the pipeline. So let me come here and show you what I mean. I want to open this up first, make sure I ain't showing no data or nothing like that. All right, I'm about to pull this up for you guys here. Where's my demo account? There we go. All right, so, we utilize this tool, SB Money Flow, but what you can end up doing for yourself, what I would advise you to do, you don't have to have this tool. It just makes it a little bit easier. But one of the most important things when it comes to business, not just government contracting, is you got to be able to see what's happening. Like, if you can't see what's happening, the mind's just not that powerful. So what I would advise you to do is create multiple pipelines. Okay. So, I have this basic pipeline right here, but maybe I call this the EDWOSB pipeline. And what I'm going to do is start finding opportunities set aside specifically for economically disadvantaged women-owned small businesses. And I'm going to put those on here. And what I'm trying to do is do a couple things. I want some opportunities that are within the next 30 days. I want another set of opportunities that are within the next quarter or 2 quarters out. And then I want some more opportunities that are about a year out. The price should increase because if it's about a year out, I should have enough time to put together a team to go after $4, $5, $6 million plus. The next 30 days, well, I may not have the resources and stuff together to do nothing like that. So, I'm looking at $50,000 opportunities, $100,000 opportunities, some RFQs instead of RFPs, something that I could send a quote in real quick. All right, so I'm loading all of that up right here. Once I find all of the opportunities, I'm not really going into big detail. I'm skimming over it, seeing, okay, I like that opportunity. I'm loading it up here. And then I'm going to have a pipeline of EDWOSB opportunities. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create another pipeline, and I'm going to have a pipeline of small business opportunities. Now, me personally, I like to have a pipeline of every certification because I'm going to use all of them. I tell, especially my black men, you don't have too many certifications that you could go after. So when I create this pipeline, I'm telling myself right now, I got every certification out there because my network got it. So the reason I'm loading up all of these opportunities is so I can see. And now I'll go back through it. This takes time, guys. This is why, don't rush yourself. So instead, I'm going to go through here. I'm going to read these opportunities and say, okay, I like this opportunity. I'm going to say in progress. So now I know I got $10.5 million worth of opportunities that's in progress that I should be proceeding forward with. And as I submit it, it's going to be right here. And then I'm going to follow up and figure out, okay, did I win or lose? If I'm not responding, I'm putting it there. Eventually, this column of won't respond, it'll tell a story. The story will say, these are the things that I don't like going after. And then you'll see a column of submitted. This will tell a story. These are the things that I'm comfortable with going after. Now, all of a sudden, you can quickly start eliminating opportunities very, very quickly. Like you can see what you like and what you don't like, what you got the resources for and what you don't got the resources for. And now you stretch this out. Okay, I got EDWOSB opportunities. I got 8A opportunities, small business opportunities, full and open opportunities. And I would throw some RFIs in there, requests for information. These aren't technically contracts, but it could be a way to network. Now, I would put the RFIs at the end because I'm not about to respond all day to RFIs. Don't no money come out of that. I like responding to contracts. But again, the RFI is a good opportunity to network and get your name out there. But for the most part, it's just going to be strategy, you know. So research, you know, that's another piece that I would probably do too. I would come back here and research. They told us SAM.gov and FPDS. I would go through those two sites and see who's been awarding opportunities. So let me see. We come here to FPDS, fpds.gov. You know, you can put your NAICS code in 541-519. Just putting something in right there. I'm not really too worried about that. Now, here comes the kicker, which I don't like about this system. We got to get it right. So what I want to look for, look, I gotta remember where it's at too. Let me go look at a contract. So when I look at this contract opportunity, I need to scroll down here to the bottom. Come on. All right, I guess that didn't want to pop up for us there. Let me look at another one. Click view. See, I told you I don't like these government sites, man. All right, so FPDS don't want to work for us. I'm not sure if USA Spending will show me the information that I want, but we'll see. Recipients. My contracts. No. See if I can get in the search data. So what I'm trying to search for is I just want to see, you know, who were they spending money with. So I go to recipient type, and then I'll come down here and look for women owned, and then I'll do economically disadvantaged women owned. And I'm looking, what you really should be looking for, okay, is we're coming into 2025, so I should be looking at 2020. Definitely 2020, 2021, and I may look at what happened in 2024. The reason I'm looking at 2020, 2021, because those contracts should be coming up for recompete, and that could give me an opportunity to, you know, see a customer that's spending money in my certification, right? So now you got to put together a strategy. This is currently a bug affecting. Hopefully we can get the information. All right. So now I can see these companies, right? This company won $800 million on a contract, right? So I can see the companies that are getting the prime awards that are making hundreds of millions of dollars. These are all women-owned companies. These could be potential partners because if they're making that type of money, they also have requirements to work with small businesses. So as I look at these companies, I also want to consider that I need to take this company right here. Let's say, you know, I'm doing my research. I find out that that's a company that's good, and I want to say small business. And what I'm trying to just essentially do is I'm looking, do they have something on here on their website? I could look at the bottom too, sometimes there, but some of these companies will have like a whole small business department, just like the government. And you need to figure out if they have it before you reach out to them, because that's who you need to reach out to. Like a Lockheed Martin, Boeing, Booz Allen. I'm trying to tell you right now, the East Coast of Lockheed Martin don't know nothing about what's going on with the West Coast of Lockheed Martin. The West Coast don't know nothing about the South of Lockheed Martin. They have no clue what's happening with each other. So you have to be mindful and do your due diligence with these companies and make sure that you've done everything that you possibly can to know about them. The other thing that I'm paying attention to is, okay, what are the agencies spending the money with EDWOSB? Well, we got DOD, we got DHS, we got HHS. Well, the chances are a lot of money is being spent in DOD, so I need to figure out how do I work with DOD, right? And if I click on here, it should show me which agencies in DOD. So now we got the Army, the Air Force, and the Marine Corps. Those are the ones that you should get in cahoots with. What you'll also realize is you probably want to hire. This is when they start talking about government contracting could cost you $80,000 to $100,000+. Because what you'll notice is that contractors, this is strategy, right? Maybe you need to hire a retired military person who was actually working in the field, and you could see in the field what the previous projects was, and you know they've been working on that for 6-7 years. You get somebody that just retired, you bring them into your company. This is how you take yourself to making a couple thousand to millions. This is what scares people, but don't nobody ever want to do the work. So that's my strategy for EDWSB. That's for any certification, honestly. Hopefully that answered your question. Somebody drop a fire emoji down there in the chat if you picking up what I'm putting down. Don't forget, if you guys got any questions, go ahead and drop them down there in the chat. Make sure you're hitting that like button, that subscribe button. Share this out with 3 other entrepreneurs and business owners that want to know about government contracting. In your opinion, do you think I can scale my business that I'm trying to position to go after 311-999? Trying to position our business to start receiving direct RFQs and POs. I'm joining MMC soon. I don't know what that next code is. Let's see. 311-999 NAICS. Let's see, what is it? Miscellaneous food manufacturing. That's pretty funny. So I found out that my stepfather works at a food manufacturing plant. My brother passed away, and I had to go down there to where he worked at, and I found out that he worked at a food manufacturing plant that they supply quite a bit of the packaged food that's in the stores that we eat. And I was thinking government contracting immediately. Yes, you can scale in government contracting with this. Again, it's very important, guys. It's very important that we get in the habit of going to go do market research, because, again, you're going to end up scaring yourself away from an opportunity. So, matter of fact, I'm going to come here to SB Money Flow. I'm going to go to my government marketplace. I hate using the government's tools, just FYI. They just move too slow for me. All right, so let me log in to our GovCon marketplace here. Let me move these NAICS codes. Mind you, when you get our tool, you can actually consult to other businesses and do things like this for them. Trust me, you show them the data. You're not doing the work. You're showing them the data, and you let business owners, decision makers figure out what to do next. But now, so in 2024, you're asking me, is there opportunities to scale your business? Well, so far in the data matter of fact, I'm not even going to look at 2024 because all the data is not there yet. All of 2023's data is up to date. So in 2023, the DOD spent $500 million. The VA spent $122 million. Agriculture spent $27 million. Interior spent $10 million. Treasury spent $3.1 million. HHS spent $500,000. So I don't know. Looks pretty scalable to me. I don't know if $500 million is scalable to you. But here's the thing. You're not going to do $500 million. So I'm not asking you if you could do $500 million. But when I click on the Department of Defense, right, it will break it down and let me know exactly who's spending that money. And now I can say, okay, well, look, if troop support is spending almost $400 million, that sounds like it's probably MREs and things of that nature. So I need to learn how to package up some MREs. Like, how do I get these troops food? It may be unhealthy food that they've been eating previously, and you may do your research and homework and find a company that knows how to put that dehydrated food or whatever that's needed that will give our troops more. See, this is where you got to change things up. You have to figure out how to get our troops more energy, more protein, so they can stay up, so they can be out in the field for 13, 14 hours at a time. Like, can you explain that to them? Well, you can walk yourself into a bag of money. So yes, it's an opportunity for everybody. And not just that, guys. You may look in here and see that an opportunity was in the 8A program for food. So you need to get into the 8A program. The contractor that had it will lose it at some point. Same thing too. You may get in here and see that a contract company been winning the same contract for the last 15 years. Well, something ain't right about that. You need to start showing up. And when I show up, I'm coming with the SBA CC'd on my email, and I'm letting my SBA representative know I did my homework. I did my research. This company been having this same contract for 15 years. I can provide the same work. We need to make sure that we got a fair opportunity at this. See, this is how you come with strategy, and don't cry about it. But yes, the moral of the story, as long as there's money being spent, it's an opportunity for anybody to scale. The Apex Accelerator program in my area knew far less than me. Yeah, I told you. I hate to say it. They not all created equally, and sometimes they don't let you go to another one. You got to sneak in these things. Like I love George Mason's Apex program, and I'm in Maryland. I had to figure out how to get myself over to George Mason. I did. Lead with your business, not your certification. Absolutely. You always lead with your business and what it can do. Are there application and fees when applying for certifications? No, there's not. It's just people may charge you. And when I say people, I ain't talking government. I'm talking about people like me. They may charge you because that's their business model, which I can't knock it. There's some people out here that got plenty of money. They just want to pay people to do things. Perfectly fine. But what I don't like is that majority of the time that the people who are charging you for those certifications are preying on people that they know don't understand government contracting. And they also know that you really don't have the money to invest in anything else after you invest in them doing all this shit. But hey, it's their model. I can't knock anybody's business model, but no, you do not have to pay anybody to do a certification. Let me see. How do I apply government contracts to debris removal? Same thing. You need to find a NAICS code that debris removal is on, and then just find the people that's doing it. Find the agencies that's spending the money on debris removal, and you need to market yourself to them. Now, you may be saying, how do I market? I wish I knew. Let me see. Matter of fact, I said I wish I knew. I could just come back here to my Pure Money AI. Prompt library. So we got all of this stuff inside of our SB Money Flow tool. When you guys get SB Money Flow, you could just get started in this. All right, located county. No. All right. I thought I had it built in here. Guess not. Something else I may need to add here in the future. All right, so let me pull up my Chat GPT here. Chat GPT makes all my live streams, just FYI. What is the NAICS code for debris removal? Now, I also want to make a note that you're going to have multiple NAICS codes. So I'll do something like this. Now that you know I do debris removal, what other NAICS codes could I look into? So I really want you to pay attention to all of your NAICS codes, right? So yes, we're going to start with those two, but you got to understand that not all agencies use the same NAICS code for the same services. You may be providing the same services, and there's different NAICS codes depending on the customer that you're talking to. So we want to keep that in mind. But anyways, I can quickly come right here. Again, this is why I like having tools like a SB Money Flow, because I ain't got time to be playing around with them government sites. So I could come right back here, and I could just throw all of those NAICS codes in there. All right, and now you see just that one NAICS code, there was $22 million in it. Now, I'm pretty sure as I start loading up more and more of these NAICS codes, matter of fact, Give me a list of codes separated by comma. Hey, look, y'all be working too hard too. You know what I'm saying? I let ChatGPT do everything, even putting commas and stuff. I ain't got time to do that. I want to see if this works how I wanted it to. Probably not, huh? Yeah. All right. So I'm just going to put a few more in here so you can get an understanding that, yes, there's a possibility. Again, I haven't come across a niche that there's no possibility. So you follow the money just so you could prove to yourself that there is an opportunity for you to make money. Here are the the contractors who have been winning that money. So, you could go to their website, right? So I could click on somebody like RCA Contracting. I can get all of their contact information. I can see, what it is that they do, where they're located at. So the next thing that I'm going to do, because, I really want to make sure that I cheat. I don't ever start business from scratch. No, they were located in, where were they located at? Georgia. All right, so they probably ain't even got no website. I don't think they have a website. Yeah, I don't think they have a website. Nope. If they do got a website, it's real hard to find. But, I'm showing you right now, this company making millions of dollars. I don't see no website nowhere. I see their Google thing, their Google profile. Usually it would be a website tab right here if they had a website, even if they didn't get their profile or not. But I don't see the website tab. So things like this, I'm just trying to show you guys, like, you can't count yourself out. It's this company making millions of dollars and they don't have a website. So when you tell me I need a website, I'm like, come on, man, stop talking to me. You don't get it yet. So more of the story, yes, there's plenty for debris removal. And we're just talking federal government too. There's tons of opportunity with your state and local government as well that you can pay attention to there. Guys, don't forget, make sure you're hitting that like button, that subscribe button, that share button. If you want to take your business to the next level, get yourself signed up with SB Money Flow. This is the tool that we are utilizing to look through this stuff very quickly. You don't just use the tool for yourself. Go out and consult with it. I'm trying to tell you, when you bring this data and how you could pull information like this to other business owners, other companies, you're going to look like the man or the woman. And they're going to pay you handsomely because you just did this very quickly. And other beauty is you could create them a pipeline and put all the opportunities right there, and you will look like the best thing since sliced bread. I'm trying to tell you, you will take yourself to another level. What's the best approach to find a disaster contract? Too late now. You know what I'm saying? Wait till next year. That's the best approach. You ain't get the disaster contract happening right now. We already in a disaster. That's what I'm saying. It's too late now. But part of that is you have to check a box on your on your SAM profile when you register your company in SAM.gov. There's going to be, and all companies got to be registered in SAM.gov. But when you do get started, or you could do renew your entity if you haven't done it yet, there's a checkbox in those questions that you got to check to be a part of the disaster. I was about to say disaster relief. What is it, emergency management or something like that? I forget the exact name, but it's there. Another thing, I got the training in my back office, how to do pivot tables or whatnot, but in your data bank, with your ad hoc reporting, I don't feel like signing in. But there's a report here. Again, I can't remember which video it is in my back office, but there's a report here that you can run specifically for disaster. And you could look up, the Hurricane Katrinas and whatnot and see. Here's the thing. When you look at the data for disaster, if they spent the money in it with one hurricane, damn it, they going to do it with all of them. I'm saying, like, what? Don't hurricanes do the same work every single time they come through and they wreak havoc? They uproot trees. You got flooding. You got electricity. You're going to have water problems. You're going to have food problems. It's always the same. So when you look at the data, you got to understand if they purchased it one time during a hurricane, chances are they're going to do it again. And this is where you can't count yourself out and say, well, the X company already provided it. Yeah, they provided it during that hurricane. They may have made $10 million during that hurricane and got too drunk and just burnt their business up because they made more money than they could ever imagine. They're not ready for this hurricane. So don't count yourself out just because you read the data or what somebody did. The data is just proving to you a reality that it can be true. What you got to remember is whoever won that contract, guess what? They bleed just like me and you. They have a date to meet the master just like me and you. They get tired every day just like me and you. They need oxygen to breathe and water to drink to stay alive just like me and you. They got started in business from scratch. Majority of them, a couple of them that didn't. Majority of them got started business from scratch, struggling just like me and you. So there's no excuse that you could provide why it's not working for you. You got to work it. That's the difference. All right. But yes, the disaster stuff, we about to miss hurricane season. So what do we got next, right? These are things that you also got to keep in mind. The people that handle the hurricane probably ain't going to be the people on the West Coast handling fires and earthquakes. Then you got the middle of the United States to get hit with tornadoes. So there's a bunch of disaster going on all across the United States that you could position yourself for. You just got to figure out what that is. Now we got a bridge disaster going on and all these bridges falling and stuff. I don't know what's happening. I'm in a dynamic small business profile and a lot of folks been contacting me. How can I determine if it's a contract or a scam? Yeah, I don't pick up the phone for too many people. I ain't even gonna lie. I mean, if they ain't calling you with opportunity, I don't know. I don't know what they would be calling for. They're trying to solicit their services to you 9 times out of 10. Also, yeah, if they ain't talking to you about a specific opportunity, they really ain't got nothing to talk about. Then it probably is a scam, and you should pay attention to that. But if they calling you on the phone, they should know what they want from you. But I get people to call me all the time. I just don't pick up the phone. If it's really that important, you could leave a message, and we could figure it out from there. Or you could shoot me an email. And then in your email, okay, this is what we're going to do in our emails, right? So Davis, that ain't the right one. It's very important that you guys pay attention to this in your emails because a lot of you guys will get so excited that you'll forget your principles, all right? Every time you get an email that's talking about government contractor, I don't care if it's in your inbox or whatever. I'm trying to see if I got one somewhere. No, I don't. I wish I could show y'all this message that the government sent me earlier. Oh, I'm not in the right email. That's why. All right, let me come over here to this email box. All right. So anytime you get an email, I got too many emails. You need to make sure, always make sure, right? So, I don't know. Security leads, refresher, we special. All right, here we go. I don't know why they keep emailing me. I ain't answered them yet. I pay attention to things like this. So the first thing before I click on anything in the email, don't you click on a damn thing in them emails, okay? Because that is scammers that's sitting in them emails waiting for you to click. All right, so instead we're going to click right up here so I can see all the details. And I'm not paying attention to no name that's right here or none of that. I got to click here and read the details because you can mask your email. So I want to see what is this email address right here. And if it look funny, it's funny. Right now, I know that this is a person's company, it's their first name, last name, their business-co.net. They probably owe people using .net. Somebody convinced them the whole .net game. I wouldn't go down that route. But again, you got to do your own due diligence and your homework. You can use things like USA Spending or something of that nature and see if the company's been awarded any contracts before. That could be a way to vet, but that's not always the best way because subcontractors' information does not come there, just prime contractors. But the most important thing that I remind, pick up the damn phone and call them. If you pick up that phone and call them, chances are the phone number that's going to be on there give you the do-do-do-do. This number is not in service. Or you pick up the phone and they just sound ignorant on the phone like, hey, I got to hear your voice. I don't like believing things that I see on paper and words. I got to hear what you're talking about. And that's my best way of vetting. I'm going to do my due diligence here first. But at the end of the day, we got to get on that phone. And if you get them on a Zoom call where you could turn on that video and hear their voice, that's the best. Have you tried to recommend using places like Angie's List or Thumbtack to hire subs or employees? No. Nah, I'm not going that route. I've used Angie's List for people to go sit in meetings for me. I needed to be at a meeting. It was a requirement. I paid somebody $50 to go stand in for the meeting and write the name on the list and don't say nothing. Just write the name of the company on the list. You could put your name, my company on the list, and you could turn around and walk out for all I care. But don't talk to nobody about nothing. Outside of that, I've never used those apps. You possibly could. It's just, to me, they not ready for government contracting. Those is like mom and pop shops trying to do some local work, and I would scare them away with the work that I'm about to bring to them. Guys, the best place that I love to go find help. All right. You guys can use the free sites, USA Spending or sam.gov or something of that nature. But honestly, my favorite place that I like to go get help is with my SB Money Flow. Because all I'm going to do is come right here. Like, this is going to be your best help. All right. Way better than whatever you just said. I forget the Thumbtack and all that stuff. It's going to be way better. I'm going to come right up here to businesses. And the first thing I told you, I got to talk to people. I got to see people. So I'm going to do active companies in the last 12 months. And, maybe I need a women-owned business. I'm going to click on women-owned business. That's why I told you I keep a pipeline of all the opportunities or certifications. And then I'm going to look for people between $1 million. I'm not looking at anybody that makes under probably 250,000. All right, so I do 250,000 to $10 million. I don't want to go over 10 million. I don't want to be near 10 million because if a person's making 10 million and you only over here making 1,000, you probably going to slip up in communication when you talk to them. So instead, these individuals right here between 250, I'd probably say up to like $4 or $5 million, like they just like you trying to figure this thing out. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this thing around. So it don't show me the highest, and I'm going to look down here, and then we're going to go ahead and change it. The other thing that I'm going to change too is I don't want to look at everybody, right? So I want to go to my state. Maybe I'm located in Florida. So I'm just looking at the women-owned small businesses. I got 656 of them. So I could look based off revenue, or I could look based off city, because we ain't about to drive all around Florida. So I could say, okay, I live in Apollo Beach. Here are the top 3 companies in Apollo Beach that are women owned. I'm reaching out to these 3. They don't make enough money that they too cocky not to listen to me. They ain't got no yachts. This ain't yacht money. This still Hyundai money. And I know they trying to get to Tesla. So they ready to pick up the phone and have a constructive conversation. And I can click right here on the company. And hopefully If they filled out all of their information, I can get their email, I can get their phone number, I can get their website, because they hungry just like I was at that time. So I know that they got all their information available and ready for you to reach out to them. But again, don't you reach out to these people and you don't know what you want to reach out to them about. That's where things get dangerous. All right. The other thing too, I should be able to click right here and I can see, the next codes that they actually go after. So instead of me approaching them talking about the work that I do, instead I can go find work for them to help build that relationship up. Just an idea right there. All right. I work as a BDR at a wholesaler. Grocery prisons are big in clients. Yep. That's government contracts. So, you got your federal, state, and local prisons, jail systems. So you would have to look on all three levels. Definitely hit up Courtney as well. Yeah, if y'all haven't been to the channel, Courtney's here live on Mondays. He will be here live this Friday because he couldn't make this past Monday. I will not be live tomorrow. I got to get up to homecoming and do some stuff, so just FYI. But definitely tap in with Courtney. He's in our community too. If you haven't joined our community, make sure you go to Travis Knows, KNOWS. Guess what I'm going to do too? Put the link in the chat. So you can go to travisknows.com, come right here, click on join our community. And we just been dropping sauce in the community, man. I put some free cybersecurity training that's coming up with the SBA. Courtney been dropping some SCORE webinars. He got some templates in there for you guys to utilize. Deshanti, another one of our admins in the group, is dropping information and value for you guys as well. So make sure that you guys get inside of the chat, inside of the community, and start talking it up. It's tons of individuals in there that's just like you. We're all trying to do the same thing and win more government contracts. So get yourself around people who think and walk and talk just like what you want to do. Say Fact Straps take their fake gurus, sell their free info to people who they know are green in the space. I know, man, it's a dangerous game in the government space, but can't stop them all. My last question, I was wondering if I'm allowed to do business with companies that are not bonded and licensed. Can I still hire them for opportunities? Yeah. When it comes to bonding and licensing, I don't have a license for anything. People talk about them business license. I honestly don't know what a business license is. I don't need it. I've made millions of dollars. And I know help desk don't ask for a business license. Maybe if you're doing electrical work or something, you need a business license. You definitely are going to need bonding if you're in the construction or the electrical field. But again, you could still do business with people that don't have bonding, but every project is going to have its own requirements. So what I would not do, though, is be the bonding for a subcontract. So let's say we approach a project and it needs like $50 million in bonding. What I'm not going to do is get all the bonding for myself, and then the subcontractor has absolutely no bonding in place at all, because if they're working on the project, they could mess up. Right. So I need to make sure that they're insured just like I'm insured. We all got to be insured to this party, especially when we talking about big money. So you want to make sure that, your subcontractor got everything that you need. If they don't, you don't work with that subcontractor. This ain't no, I'm about to get my auntie and uncle in here and give them an opportunity. Hell no, that'll be your last opportunity. Instead, we're going to do things the right way, the smart way, and we're going to find people that already got those capacities so we don't have to find ourselves in conflict. I don't know if it will happen, but I don't want it to happen, right? So I can eliminate some conflict by not even putting myself in that position. So if the opportunity is asking for bonding and I know I'm going to be working with other companies, we all going to have it in place. And ain't no charity case over here. That's when you're going to find yourself in a whole lot of trouble when you start becoming a charity case. Cool. All right, guys, I believe I answered majority of your questions here. Drop a fire emoji down there in the chat if you guys picked up anything that I put down. We did go over a little bit longer here, but remember, everything can start with the SBA.gov if you are fresh and green getting started out. If you want to take yourself to the next level fast, you can join our programs. Okay. Yes, we do have education that we sell by itself, but I'm telling you right now, you're going to need some tools. So what I've done is said, hey, if you get the tool, I'll give you the education. So when you get SB Money Flow's Elevate plan, you're going to get access to all of this amazing information that I showed you in the tool. But not just that, you're going to get access to our Pure Money AI, which is going to help you do so many things when it comes to business. You're going to get access to automation. So now you can build an actual legit business that things are running, processes are happening while you're asleep. And last but not least, you're going to get the back office to all of my government contracting information so you can start learning right now and learning fast. Okay, that's what it's all about. So make sure that you guys visit sbmoneyflow.com, or you can go to travisknows.com and the tab is there as well. But go to sbmoneyflow.com, get signed up with the Elevate plan. I'm also giving you guys a heads up. We got a lot of changes coming to SB Money Flow soon. You thought it was powerful before. Wait till you see the updates when they come. Oh man, we about to get busy. Every state, local, federal government contract we're gonna be able to find in a snap of a button, a click of a button. We're gonna be able to put them things on your pipeline in no time. It's coming. So I'm just letting y'all know that because the price will go up once everything is connected. But if you're in earlier, well, we'll lock you in and grandfather you in for your price. All right, got someone with a TSCI, top secret clearance within my group. How should I market that? Put their ass to work. Not unless they some business owners and bosses and they understand strategy. Outside of that, I'm putting them to work. I'm going to go find me a government contract that require a top secret clearance, right? And that's also going to be an increase in the amount of money that you make because usually these clear folks are going to charge you more money, which means we're going to charge the government more money for these individuals because everybody can't get cleared. So instead, again, I'm not really going, I hate preaching to people. I just do it here on YouTube. That's why I shut a lot of things down because I lose my energy. Trying to convince people that they can become better, that they can do more. That's draining. But what I learned in order not to drain myself is I go find the contract. Instead of me trying to tell people they could do better, become more, they're becoming more as getting a better paycheck. So I'll give them the extra $10,000, $20,000 a year that they want stretched out over 365 days. And guess what? You'll be surprised. If you tell them, I can get you paid extra $20,000, $30,000 a year, they'll write the whole damn proposal for you. Put the proposal, tell them I need you to respond to the technical approach to this because they the clear people. They're probably going to be the subject matter expert on the opportunity too. So it's kind of good that they read the opportunity and know what it's about. But they can go ahead and fill all of that stuff out and, lead you to the water. The only thing they're not going to put on there is the pricing because they're not business owners. Instead, you're going to ask them, well, how much would you going to charge me for this? And then chances are that opportunity is going to need more personnel, right? So you know how much that person costs. You know that they probably could be your manager on the project, right? The lead, because you trust them. I've met some dumb leads and dumb managers on projects. The reason that they're there is because the owner of the company trusts them. They may be dumb, but if you could trust the boss or if the boss trusts you, even a dummy can get a job, right? So you're going to put the person that you trust there. Hopefully it's that individual, and they're going to make sure that the show operates. But your position would be to put everybody to work. Don't you try to explain to people and convince them, that this is what they should do to better themselves. Again, you're just going to burn yourself out. People don't like listening. They don't really want to do better. They want to be given everything. And if you ain't talking about giving, they ain't talking about wanting it. Just FYI. So that's how I would do it. That's how I pimped it out too. I tried to hire everybody that I went to college with. Instead of me arguing with them about, coming together and working together. I found a contract, a help desk contract, and I put a lot of the people that I went to college with to work. Shout outs to the Ducky family. You know, they helped me get to where I am. I hired her brother, both her brothers, matter of fact, now that I think about it. But the Ducky family, you know, they got things popping. I'm super grateful for that family. And guess what I didn't do? Like Danielle Ducky, I knew her. I went to school with her. I knew her work ethics. She played no games. She said, Travis, my brothers can do it too. I don't need a resume. You know what I'm saying? Like, some things I just ain't got to do. This is what, you know, they talked about out there in the YouTube world and whatnot, but in the real business world, man, you got to get the job done sometimes. And I knew that the task in hand was pretty much a knowledge base. So, you know, you follow the directions. You went to college. I know you know how to follow directions. So boom, I don't need to read no resume. Your sister vouched for you. I'm vouching. Let's go ahead and get you on the project. And that's how easy that was. But other than that, you know, you stress yourself out in this, it will stress you. But if you can simplify everything, it gets that simple. And that's what I like to do. Simplification is the key to success. The problem ain't got to be the formula. Ain't got to be this crazy math equation. Literally the formula of business 2 + 2 = 4. Can you add? Can you subtract? Can you multiply? Can you divide? If you can do those 4 things, you can run a business. Because that's all you're going to be doing is adding, subtracting, multiplying money, time, money and time, money and time, money and time. All we're going to do is turn money into products or services, and then we're going to send it into an invoice to get it back. So do you know how to calculate all of this? If you know how to calculate all of that, which you probably don't, I don't know how to do it either, but the damn software can. You know what I'm saying? I got QuickBooks and SB Money Flow. Between them two, they pretty damn powerful and they knock things out. As long as I got them in my tool belt, I can do millions of dollars with me and my team. All right, guys, been on here for quite a while. Again, I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me here tonight. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this video out with 3 other entrepreneurs that you know need to learn a little bit more about government contracting. We are here live Tuesday through Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time zone. On Tuesdays, we go over the business and mindset. On Wednesdays, we go over government contracting. On Thursdays, we go over systems and tools that you can use to take your small business to the next level. I will not be here tomorrow, though, just FYI. I will not be here tomorrow. If you want to check out some of our previous videos, I do not post videos on my channel. I only post live. So when you get to my channel, you need to come here, click on live, and you can actually see all of the videos that we've been making. I highly advise you right now. If you have not figured out how to make 6 figures, you notice I didn't say 7 and I said 6. I'm talking 100,000. If you haven't figured that out, you probably need to come right here and watch this video that I made last night, because it's just your mind that's stopping you. It ain't nothing else. Everybody should be able to make 6 figures pretty quickly. But what I learned, if your mind stops you, you ain't going to get to 6 figures. And what I mean by the mind stopping you, like, are you telling yourself it's tough? Are you telling yourself it ain't going to work? What are the words that you talk to yourself? We all talk to ourselves. What are the words that you're using when you talk to yourself? Are you discrediting yourself before you get started? Again, I told you we all got started, including myself, with no money, on a struggle bus. I don't know how many. I'm trying to tell y'all. My first time at business was during this time right now. You know what it is in DC? Cold as hell. I just bought a house. Guess what I did? I cut off all the electricity in the house because I didn't have money to pay for electricity and figure out business. I used to go to my grandmother's house. I wish she was around here. I would go to my grandmother's house every day at noon just so I could eat lunch. Because, Granny going to make sure that you eat. If it's one thing Granny going to do, she going to make sure you got some food. So I drove over there every day at lunchtime just so I could have a meal. And I wouldn't eat for the rest of the day because I couldn't afford to go get no more food. I put every single dollar, and when I say every single dollar, I mean every dollar, even the money I didn't have. I went and got out a loan of the equity in my house because the people around me wouldn't loan me any money. I had the contract in my hand. I went to people and said, hey, I just need $20,000 so I could cover payroll. I thought that, the people that I hung out with, we popped bottles and did all this stuff. I'm like, I know they could at least give me a couple dollars towards it. I got crickets. So I had to take a leap of faith and put everything on the line and make a sacrifice. I had to sacrifice going out. I had to sacrifice eating. I had to sacrifice sleep. I sacrificed tons and tons of relationships. I had to sacrifice my fraternity. I had to sacrifice my family. And I had to figure this shit out. It was many nights alone in the corner, cold as hell, hungry as hell, but that didn't stop me. Today, I'll never be hungry a minute. Forget a day. If I'm hungry right now, I'm going to go get food. I don't care where it is. I don't care how much it costs. If I want to go to sleep right now, I can go to sleep. Although I only sleep 4 hours a day. I can go to sleep right now for about 6-7 months and just chill. All because I took a sacrifice early on in life. And it's never too late to do it. You could be 50 right now. You could make a pivot and take the sacrifice to change your life. You could be 20. You can make the pivot and make the sacrifice to change your life. But at the end of the day, it's all going to come down to you. So make sure you guys go to that YouTube channel, watch that video, and hopefully it'll change your mindset. You can take yourself to the next level. Outside of that, guys, again, that's all I got for you all tonight. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me this week. Remember, I will not be here tomorrow on live. Courtney will be here Friday. So make sure that you guys are subscribed to the channel so you can get alerted when that live does pop up. Outside of that, I appreciate everybody. Continue to get our channel growing. It couldn't happen without each and every one of you guys. So I do thank each and every one of y'all for continuing to share this out. I'm looking forward to seeing you all who have signed up to Friendsgiving November 2nd here in Washington, D.C. I love seeing y'all faces. It's some of my favorite time of the year that I get to put the names to the faces that have been in our community supporting what we got going on. So if you haven't registered for Friendsgiving, make sure you get in our community November 2nd. I believe we got like 11 spaces left. So if you haven't signed up, get yourself signed up for that. Outside of that, I love you all. I'll talk with you later. This is going to go off when the music goes off. Y'all have a blessed night.
It's just different.
Yeah. You already know what it is. Pure money, baby.
I keep a couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract. Watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. Said I like my money pure.
I like my money pure.
Okay, I like my money pure.
I said I like my money pure.
Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag is secure. Yeah, I like my money pure. I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Come and hang with the gang. Get some free game added to your mainframe. Gotta keep your mind sharp, you gotta maintain. And it's even better when the squad on the same thing. Steady swishing on the competition. Swish. We ain't tripping about the opposition. We on a mission and we got a vision. People in need, we believe we got a lot. I give a couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract. Watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. Said I like my money pure.
I like my money pure.
Okay, I like my money pure.
I said I like my money pure.
Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag is secure. Yeah, I like my money pure. I like my money pure. I slept on, money never stepped on. We increasing positivity into the stress zone. Satan tried to hold the squad back, but we kept on. We ain't making this up, no Revlon. I ain't trying to make you blush, but this a highlight. We send the high vibes, homie, this a high life. We rising far above the game, that's a flyby. But we still connected to the source, that's that Wi-Fi. Reception, now we answer the call. This squad taking questions and we answer them all. We don't wanna see you fall, we wanna see you ball. We all gon' eat with the peeps, we gon' feed them all. Couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to